Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to issue number 22 of the Amazing Uncanny podcast. My name is Alex Burkerson. I'm here with you as always. We also have Madrid.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And Jesse.
What's going on?
Coming to you live this week from Retro Mics. Just want to let y'all know what's going on in the world of comic books, comic movies, and TV. So what are we looking at this week, fellas?
Now we're going to be looking at a few episodes of Daredevil that just released yesterday, Friday.
Episodes 1 through 5 to be exact.
All three, since you guys can't fucking...
No. We saw 3, you see 2.
Okay.
That equals 5.
Together.
Sweet. Well, let's get through some news first, then. What do you guys want to talk about first?
Let's start with the big thing happening in the world. Gremlins. Well, you don't want to do Gremlins, bro?
I know what happened with Gremlins.
I know, I eat past midnight and I'm good.
Don't put me in water, though. So Gremlins is going to be having Gremlins is going to have a reboot from Goosebumps writer Carl Esworth or whatever. He's going to script the upcoming remake. I don't know. What do you guys think?
He also did it looks like Disturbia and Last House on the Left.
Disturbia was fucking whack.
Last House on the Left was pretty dope, though.
Which one?
Last House on the Left.
Wasn't that the one where the little girl got raped?
Yeah. And she was like, on the last house on the left. No, but it was actually a dope movie. Like, yeah, and then she ends up, like, getting found by
her dad, right?
Yeah. Like that. Anyway, it was pretty dope. I didn't see the new Red Dawn, but...
You did Red Dawn? Oh, yeah, you know what? The Red Dawn was pretty nice.
Yeah,
it was
Josh
really cool.
Peck did a very good job on that.
I love the whole emotional part and the scenes and shit like that where he's like...
Wolverines!
Where he, like, you know, the dad knows he's going to die and tells the sons to fucking fight. That was sick.
Not my dad. My dad would be like, yo, you got beer?
My dad would be like, don't let me kill him. I'm alive.
They're over there. I saw them.
My dad's no snitch.
Yeah, this is going to be Pierce with Steve Spielberg, too.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, see?
Co-produce.
And you didn't want to talk about this.
I didn't. And see how much great content we've got out of it?
Yeah. All of this together, I think that might be good. But I'm telling you, if they fuck up Gizmo, Spielberg is in Arcadia, Arizona. I will piss on his fucking door. Because if that motherfucker's CGI, I'm going to shit myself.
See, that's what I feel like they're going to make him CGI.
They better not.
That would be sad.
They better call Jim Henson to get on this.
They better get Stephen Hudson or whatever her name is. Jennifer. I think that's her name.
Jennifer is?
Yeah, I think she's the one rolling now.
I don't know.
She cute. She princessa.
I don't know. Anything with a puppet is good looking. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so are we moving on?
Yeah, let's back up a little bit. Let's go back to the top. We got some new images of some new comic book characters in the movies coming out. First one will be The Thing. What do you guys think of this look?
I'm liking it. It looks like he actually looks like a rock. It's not all fucking
Yeah, it doesn't
smooth.
look straight, just like a suit like it did in the former movie.
Kind of looks like a planet.
It does. It looks like almost like in God of War 3 where they had the Titans.
Yeah.
Like he looks like one of those, like a giant, but he looks almost too big.
It looks like a big dry clump of dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look very rock-like, but like the thing that you don't really get out of it is that like it doesn't have the face of the actor. Like the thing with the previous Fantastic Four, like you could definitely tell it was that actor. It was Michael Chiklis or whatever. So interesting to see how like on the tape how his face moves and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I think it's all right, you know. But this is the weird thing: they're still images.
Yeah.
So you know, once you start getting rock and roll, and how's that really going to out? Because it's just a big thing of fucking CGI.
Yeah. Now we're looking at the Yellowjacket pictures for the new Ant-Man movie. Looks pretty sick.
I think it looks really cool, actually.
Is that the only image? Yeah.
Looks like it.
Hmm?
That was a close-up right there.
I don't know.
I like the eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it does look very reminiscent of just the old school characters, so. And then last one, I think we have the Vision, which I actually dug. He doesn't look like traditional Vision, because like traditional Vision has like a very stone-faced. But he looks very, you can definitely see Paul Bettany in there.
Now, I don't like the
I
way
think
this...
that's like the worst part because you can see Paul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like the face all that much.
I don't know, if I was him, I'd be like, you motherfuckers better make it look like me.
Who's
I've been
Paul?
in these movies for fucking 5 years now.
Oh, dude.
Well, then he was only played Jarvis. He's the voice of Jarvis.
Oh yeah, the priest.
Yeah, he's also a priest.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, if I was him, I'd be like, you better.
So who is like? So the Vision is Jarvis?
Not in the comic books, no.
Yeah.
In the comic books, he was
Wonder
created
Man.
by he was an amalgamation of Wonder Man created by Ultron. But it looks like in this one it might be created by. I mean, given the fact that it's being voiced by the guy who is Jarvis, it would seem to me that it would be Tony Stark who creates him as part of that. Like, but I don't know. Obviously, we don't
So
know.
is he a good guy?
Yeah, he's a good
I
guy.
think he turns into it.
Yeah, originally Ultron created him to destroy the Avengers, but then like
Right.
they capture him, and one of the dudes, Wonder Man, goes into like this, I don't know how many year coma, so they just download his brain functions into the Vision, and then Scarlet Witch ends up, fucking him.
Or
Whoa, bro, that's Mrs. Madrid.
she has herpes from Jitter.
From Jitter, Jitterbug.
So who
Derek Jeter.
is Ben Hardy? Was he the one who was Angel in the last one?
From 3.
Yeah.
No.
No. New guy.
So is he supposed to be for switching over to, I guess, the Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah, sorry for those who couldn't follow. We're now looking at the pictures for the new Angel from Age of Apocalypse.
Ben Hardy's this younger, good-looking kind of guy.
Yeah, Surge is better than you. He's on top of it.
Yeah, well, I don't see his fucking photo. All I saw is he was from somewhere.
So is he supposed to be being the Dark Angel?
I would
For-
assume since
for
that's
one of the
storyline they're
Horsemen?
going with. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean that would make sense. He might either start out or end up being a good guy, but
I think his wings look gay as fuck.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think they're
It
alright.
looks stupid CGI.
Not as good as the Falcons wings that they had for Winter Soldier.
I thought that looked decent in the third movie. I mean, like, they were.
That's pretty dope. Look at that Kardashian.
There is no dash in. It's
I
all
know,
flat.
bro. I was trying to give him some ups. Give him some confidence.
No, he needs
Just
it.
check out the new clip for Jurassic Park. Oh wait, no. I guess we're doing Daredevil.
So is that Ryan Reynolds posing right here?
Nah, this is
Nah,
all
probably
cartoon.
doing CGI.
Ah, okay.
Basically, he tweeted this picture.
Sounds like someone died up in here.
Smells.
That's what I said.
For those of us that can read.
Basically, it was towards the Deadpool 250 where he dies.
Mm.
So he made like a funny joke of it. Smells like somebody died up in here holding that specific comic book.
It looks like some nice marketing. Mmm.
So here's the Jurassic Park
Let's
clip.
watch it.
What's this from?
Hit play. Buffering.
Was this just a commercial?
So apparently Kickstart gives you the energy to dance and twerk.
Ooh. And you can dance underwater. Ooh, somebody was working good. So, yeah.
It all starts with a kick.
Everything begins with a K.
Every kiss begins with a K, bro.
Oh, I was going to say that, but
Where
cool.
the fuck's my necklace?
I know we get you
I
shit.
was just trying to get us fucking suit again.
Ooh. So, what do you think, Alex? Do you think this whole Deadpool's going to be about something or not?
Yeah, I guess.
You think it's going to be as big as everything else that's going on?
Yeah. I mean, you look at the college shit in Deadpool, what the fuck is going on?
So what's happening is we're having a malfunction with the video. It's this MTV movie
Let's
awards.
just move on from this video.
Nah, keep going.
To it.
And we're kind of pushed down. Here it goes now.
Just went and made a new dinosaur?
Yeah, it's kind of what we do here. The exhibit opens to the public in 3 weeks. Mr. Mizrani wanted me to consult with you.
You want to consult here or in my bungalow?
It's not funny.
A little funny.
We'd like you to evaluate the paddock for vulnerabilities.
Why me?
I guess Mr. Mizrani thinks since you're able to control the raptors.
See, it's all about control with you. I don't control the raptors. It's a relationship. It's based on mutual respect. That's why you and I never had a second date.
Excuse me, I never wanted a second
Who prints
date.
out an itinerary for a night out?
I'm an organized person.
Oh, what kind of a diet doesn't allow tequila?
All of them, actually.
Tell you that.
And what kind of a man shows up to a date in board shorts?
Like, Serge.
Okay. Can we just focus on the asset, please?
The asset? Look, I get it. You're in charge out here. You got to make a lot of tough decisions. It's probably easier to pretend these animals are just numbers on a spreadsheet. But they're not. They're alive.
I'm fully aware they're alive.
You might have made them in a test tube. But they don't know that. They're thinking, I got to eat. I got to hunt. I got to...
Oh my god, this feels like a fucking
You can
romantic
relate to at
comedy.
least one of those things, right?
Did he get Conky?
I think he did. So you guys are telling me Star-Lord is in Jurassic Park.
That's all I saw.
That's all I see. It's Star-Lord again.
And he's horny.
He
Star-Lord.
was horny because he was screwing that one chick in the fucking beginning clip of Guardians of the Galaxy.
But dude, seriously, it looked like you're just fucking watching Star-Lord right there.
It did very much seem like the same character. I'll give you that.
But then again, it's hard for him to not play that character because he's just funny all around.
Well, any actor
it's-
should have an arsenal, right?
But in the other clips that I've seen, he does seem different. Like, he seems more...
He really doesn't talk as much. We had a lot of dialogue in this one compared to the rest.
Agreed. But I'm sure as the shit hits the fan, he's going to get a lot more drastic.
Same shit happened in Guardians.
Yeah, but I think that's where you'll see the distinction.
I will bet you money it's going to be Star-Lord.
Okay.
What
you
you
got
got? How
Here,
much
ladies and
money?
gentlemen,
This is official. How much money are we talking about? PP touch?
2 PB touches to start. It's not money. It could be money somewhere.
Hey, it's
I don't know.
priceless
We'll
to
figure out
somebody.
the fucking
We'll get back to
the
that.
details. But yeah, I definitely think that he's going to be much more stern and gruff character as the movie progresses on. Like I said, that clip made it seem like a fucking romantic comedy. That was
I don't
almost,
mind romantic comedies.
That was almost painful to watch.
Really?
this is coming from the guy that has to Walk to Remember with his mama.
It's true.
My mom loves that movie. I love that movie. Fuck you guys if you don't. Serge loves that movie.
Bro, I didn't say that, didn't I?
He's just trying to throw you under the bus first.
Okay, can we move on?
I win.
Sorry, Mom.
I love you, Mom. I'm in love
So it
with
looks like
Jesse's
Ghostbusters
girl.
star Ernie Hudson's going to be in, or rumored to be in, what was it, Captain America Civil War?
Yep.
As
shit.
T'Challa's father. I wonder if they'll have Black Panther in it. Probably not him, but maybe.
No, you think this is
Unless
moving
they're
into something?
realized. Oh, yeah. I mean, especially with characters like Black Panther and stuff like that, you kind of have to start them off in bigger movies.
Just to throw them out so they can get their own.
So you get that recognition. Because not a lot of people know about Black Panther or anything like that. So.
His name's T-Chakra?
T'Challa?
T'Challa, bro.
Oh, that's it. I saw Chakra. That's all.
Yeah,
Like
the
T-Chakra.
father's name is T'Chaka. T'Chaka or something like that. But
T'Challa.
yeah, the
Machaca.
son, Black Panther's T'Challa. Anyway, so Russo's brothers taking over for Joss Whedon, directing Avengers: Infinity War parts 1 and 2. You guys get sad to see Whedon go?
Hell yeah, I'm sad to see Whedon go. It's freaking Joss Whedon, man.
So we have these brothers.
The ones who are
Happy and
doing.
the singing and the colors.
I don't think they're colored, bro.
Bro, it's the intro to the Wayne Bro show.
We get that.
But these are the ones who the Russo brothers directed the first 2 Captain America movies. They'll be doing Civil War, and then they'll move on to the Avengers. Like I said, yeah, I'm sad to see Whedon go. I think he did a great job with the first one, and looks like he's going to do a great job with the second one.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Did it say why he's stepping down, or is this
probably just to do other shit. I mean,
Right,
he's been doing this for fucking
reboot of Buffy and Angel?
like that. I don't see more Firefly. That shit back. But yeah, hopefully he can move on to something that's good.
I mean,
I'm-
Captain America they were solid movies.
Yeah,
So I don't
I agree with that.
see I don't see a con with them directing.
Yeah, and it looks like the more movies that they do in this universe, the more they kind of build themselves into doing bigger stuff. Because by the time they get to Civil War, they're going to have a lot of characters. You know what I mean? Because the first 2 Captain Americas were basically just, a few Marvel characters interacting with each other. But now they get to have more and more characters interacting with each other, so that'll be interesting to see.
I dig it.
Alright, I've been wanting to check out this trailer, so let's look at the Justice League Gods and Monsters trailer.
God,
Assuming we don't have a 35-second commercial in front of it, or if the video actually works. So it looks like we're not going to be looking at that.
Well, what is Gods and Monsters? Give us a little playback by that.
No idea.
You have no idea? You haven't heard anything? You haven't read anything on it? Who do you think's going to be in it?
Justice League.
Like who?
And monsters.
Well, because you know, who's everybody's in the Justice League?
Well, the original would be like Lantern.
Well, it's like it's still a rundown of this War, Justice League War, and
Yeah, because I think at one point the plan was to do basically the New 52 Justice League runs. Because first they did the beginning, then they did the Throne of Atlantis, which was also part of the New 52 Justice
At
League.
least 50
All right,
dead
here's the
in the
truth.
embassy.
No, trailers up.
And not just dead, dismembered, burnt alive, sucked of their blood. A virtual house of
That's
horrors.
not one chick from.
But what about our
I don't know, but
terrorists?
something like blood.
What
Isn't it
about the
Amanda Waller?
Justice League?
No. Boy, no.
I delivered justice with a heavy.
She got me hard.
I've been on the receiving end.
Oh, shit, so
You warned
deep.
us to stop the project.
Fair play's already done, Savannah.
I want you to know that forensics is further implicating the Justice League in these murders.
Get out of my house. We're being framed. Someone's actually trying to frame the Justice League. Who would have the balls?
Oh, that's supposed to be.
If you are under the impression that we are surrendering, let me relieve you of that notion.
Coming summer 2015. Is that supposed to be Superman?
I don't know.
Well, did you see Superman flying out there?
yeah, but I don't think it's Superman.
You saw the flying of Superman, then you actually saw him in Green Lantern when they threw that dude through the glass.
Yeah, because I never don't remember that storyline from
Lex Luthor's coming in.
the new ones.
Metal Man. Or Men. What's Metal Man?
The Middlemen were created by the scientists. They were basically
Elements, right?
yeah. They were each made up of a different metal. So there's iron.
Oh, yeah, gold and
Mercury,
stuff like
gold,
that.
yeah.
Okay, I remember them. So, what do we got next?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's on fleek.
Okay. Sorry for that, fellas.
I'm learning some new, hip words.
So we mentioned that we were going to go into Daredevil.
Mhm.
Should we go into the suit?
Do we have anything else before we get into
I
Daredevil?
think we're good. I think we've cleared the news and all that stuff.
Looks like we're going to go on our rants now, motherfuckers.
Bro,
So,
nice like this.
Alex,
Grab your chonies.
now wearing it.
down. Grab some lotion.
Fuck, you're fancy.
I know, lotion. Who has money and time for that?
Oh, you gotta prepare yourself.
I got spit and water. Take a pick. Alex, not offering that to you,
I'm
but
scared. No.
looks like you got a smile.
no.
A smirk.
All right, so most of us finished up to episode 5 or so. A little much to take in one day, so we're gonna give a little bit of a spoiler-rific kind of review of the first 5 episodes, what we thought and what we're kind of hoping for as we're going through the rest of them. The first thing that I noticed, which I gotta just say that I absolutely love this new series. I think it's great. One of the first things that I noticed that I really dug about it was the shortened origin story. I've long railed on this podcast about how I don't like a long drawn out origin story. I thought the way they did it in the beginning was perfect. I mean, it was like it was the first scene. You see him getting hit with the chemicals. He goes blind, and then we're right into action. So like that. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was just quick, easy. You know what? I'm sort of like waiting for the costume. I know they want to bring it out right away.
Right.
They'll probably prolong it to like the last season or the last episode of this run. But I don't know. I'm loving the show in general. But I don't know. It just reminds me of Zorro, bro, with the mask.
Yeah, and actually, if I saw that criminal fighting me, I would assume he was blind.
Really? I thought he looked like a penis.
I would assume he was a dick too, because he's ass.
Is he a blind dick?
But no, I would assume because he doesn't have any eye holes or anything. I would assume he was blind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
he
it's not he's
he has
kicking
a
my ass.
fucking mask on, though.
Well, it's covering
But he
his
has
eyes.
a mask with no eye holes.
Well, dude, there's a lot of dudes that do that, like pantyhose and shit like that.
Whoa.
Spider-Man doesn't have any eyes,
But he has indicator of eyes.
Well, he does, but he also, I mean, you can.
It covers his eyes though.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke, no, he has.
Yeah, he has holes. Most.
He has holes.
So, let's go for the first episode, Into the Ring. What did you guys think exactly on that whole thing? You said how it started out, kid, father, boom, ready to rock and roll. Let's hit it.
Yeah. Well, it started out, like I said, it started out really good. Really good introduction to the character, and even through some of the flashbacks, you get kind of his backstory and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of interesting. But what I really dug about it is that, like I said, it just started out with a punch. Like, he's already in the first episode kicking people's asses. If I remember correctly, because I watched 5 of them last night, so they'll kind of blur together. But the first episode is where that chick gets framed for murder.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had to get her off and stuff like that.
I wanted to get her off. Yeah, they have that, like you said, in the intro, he's sitting there. I guess there's a human trafficking thing going on.
Right.
And he's just pretty much kicking the shit out of 5 guys with guns. And he gets, the main guy there tries to shoot him, and he starts beating the shit out of his face. It's bah, bah.
Yeah.
So,
Did you guys see the guy just sitting there eating the donut?
he's still whacked him just for watching. Take that, union fucking rep. So, who is Karen Page?
She's a love interest of Daredevil eventually, and also a love interest of Foggy. They kind of fight over at one point.
Doesn't every friend fight over fucking Dane?
Yeah.
Damn.
But they pretty much made her who she is. She's the secretary or whatever for the law firm.
So you think how they introed that and brought it in, you think that was a good hit?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to. Well, one, it gives you a view in the kind of a taste into the overall crime world that they live in and stuff like that. But it also brings in that character, and it gives her something interesting to be. Like she's the person who's framed a murder, as opposed to just being a secretary.
Yeah, like they're proving each other.
Yeah.
So now with this Wesley
And that's
guy,
the thing that, like, all the characters in this show are interesting. Like, there's not... Because they kind of, jump back and forth between different characters, between Foggy and Paige and, Daredevil, and then, what's her name?
Karen?
Rosario Dawson and her kid and stuff like that. But all the characters are very interesting.
what do you, with Foggy, Mr. Mighty Ducks, what do you think about that? How do you think he's holding up?
I think he's doing a good job. He's actually really funny and interesting. Their relationship with him and Karen, I think, is really interesting. And he does provide a good amount of comic relief and the counterbalance to Matt Murdock.
All right. Well, so Wesley, Fisk is like dude that's out there orchestrating anything like that. Who's this guy?
Wilson? No, he's talking about the guy.
Yeah, the gentleman who's running
right,
everything.
Okay.
What about who is he? What do you got on him? What's his back
I think
history?
he's in the comics.
I think it's just the character that they put into the show.
Just to give him, I guess, another guy to beat up.
Okay, cool. Knowing that, what do you think about him just kind of running the show for everybody and everything?
I think it's interesting. I think his character is very stereotyped. Like that kind of the second in command to the boss is a very hard role to play. And especially when they've done it so many times in that kind of like stoic gentleman manner, you know what I mean? To like where they have the second in command who's basically he's a badass, he can kick people's asses, but he talks very gentleman-like and he's very, suit and tie and shit like that. I just think that type of character has been done to death.
I think there's one. I believe that. I concur 150%. There's one thing about this guy.
What's up?
He has a passion for it.
Yeah,
You
I
can-
agree with that.
you can-
Although I almost wouldn't because there's. I don't think you've seen the next episode, but there's a part where Kingpin is bashing this fucking dude's face in, and Wesley gets out of the car and kind of walks away, and he doesn't look happy, I guess, is for lack of a better word. Like he just looks like he doesn't enjoy that kind of murderous rampage.
Well, some people, like even when he talked about the colleague of the first one, he said, my colleague does a different
Right.
type when he's threatening, that officer or whatever, probation officer or whatever the fuck he was, about his daughter. There's different type of people to do different types of jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy has his job to delegate what Kingpin wants.
He's Kingpin's eye in the streets, man.
And
No,
actually,
and I think
Kingpin
that's
does
a big
refer to him as his friend, and he's my only friend or whatever.
He
Referring
does.
to us. So.
And I think that, to me, I think he's a unique character. As you said, it's been done, but it's just refreshing just kind of how he holds himself. Because there's a lot of times where most dudes would explode. You know, when he was talking with the Russians on the first ones.
Yeah, I think he does bring stark contrast to the other characters. Because you have the other mob bosses, you know, the Japanese lady and the
She was
Russians.
Chinese.
Or yeah, the dude's
Yeah,
Japanese.
she was Japanese.
No,
Well,
he
no,
was
the
Japanese.
dude is Japanese.
Yeah,
Oh,
Japanese, she's Chinese.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, you have he does have kind of a stark contrast to those other uncouth mob bosses and stuff like that. So
when we talk about this Japanese lady,
Chinese lady.
I want Japanese and Chinese food.
I'm down.
When you talk about her, you kind of see where she, you see her organization. What do you think's up with all her people that are working on her heroin or cocaine when they're filling everything in? They're all fucking blind.
right.
What the fuck's up with that?
Now that got me too. I was like, what the hell?
And they're not like, hey, I'm born blind. No, I'm fucking
Like their eyes,
Yeah, they
are
probably made
the
them.
Yeah.
eyes are ripped out.
I don't know. I'm not too into the world of cocaine dealing. Or
No, I'm just talking about characters
Everything's
and shit like
meth.
that.
I don't think it has to do with the characters. I think it has to do with them not stealing or them not fucking seeing what they're making or something. I don't know.
Maybe it goes beyond that. Maybe it just goes, the fact that use your other senses.
Well,
They're like it's like a Daredevil army.
well, I think the thing that's going on too is everybody in this organization. The one thing that they're constantly perceiving about everybody in Hell's Kitchen all around, they're cattle. Children trafficking, this drug making with the blind people.
Right.
It's literally, these aren't humans. These are like now how the conglomerates of the world and the organized crime, how they really do look at us and go at us. I thought that was fucking really dark, but
Yeah.
I think it was cool. I think that was a really fun thing to see on that kind of that road right there.
Yeah, I thought that was definitely, and the show is very dark and gritty, and it really is in contrast to with the the stuff that's on the CW and stuff like that, the Flash and Arrow, and even like Agents of Shield. Like it's a lot darker and a lot realer or more real.
Well, I mean, you get into the first episode, and right off the bat, he's already bashing somebody's brains out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, I just think it's just a brutal show, and that's
That's what
something
I'm liking
new.
about it.
Yeah.
For the comic book world, of course.
Like what is it? We like jumping around a little bit. Episode 2 when they're in the hallway when he's trying to find the kid that they abducted to trap him. Those guys going in there, broken ribs, all messed up, and just that fight scene. They just stayed in the hallway. People are going into other rooms. They're getting kicked around. They just stay in that hallway.
I actually really
That was
dug.
really
I put that in my notes. I
dope
actually
as
really
hell.
dug that fight scene, and the major reason why is because it's all done in what looks like one cut. Like there's not multiple cuts to the fight. It's all just like I said, that one hallway scene, and they kind of flip back and forth between the two ways to look down it. But that is one of my favorite. That and I don't think you guys got to it, but there's a scene where he fights in the back of a cab, or not in the back of a cab, but there's a guy in the back of a cab, and he's looking out through the back window, and the fight happens in the back behind the cab. It was in the same way. It was kind of one cut. It was really cool. Like the way they're doing, the way they're directing it is really interesting too.
I think while we were talking about, episode 2, Cut Man, we get a really big person dropped in there. What was her character's name for Dawson?
Oh, what was her name?
Alex, what do we got?
It's like Templeton. Are you talking about Rosario Dawson?
Yes.
I think it's like Templeton or
So now they
I
introduce...
don't know. They don't refer to her a whole lot.
They introduce her, though, and I think that's pretty cool, because, now this is a totally different world, because they're introducing a character who knows everything about him now.
Well, not
that's-
everything about it.
Well, you got his fucking face. She was telling him, I work here, and I've heard this story. A girl was with a regular who took her out, was trying to take her in an alley. Here comes a guy in a black mask who fights him off. She said, we're hearing this at the hospital, and here you are, and I see you, so I knew there was something to help you out with.
And it's how they have that guy who's looking for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just drops a freaking fire extinguisher, like, 4 stories, maybe more.
That's pretty cool.
Knocks him out, and then she's just put in there. She's helping him. She has a little mask on, too. The guy doesn't want to talk where the boy's at.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, hey, why don't you try doing this? Sticking this knife through, his right eye or whatever. And for torture, she's helping him torture him to get what he needs. And he just throws the guy over the freaking ledge of the roof.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't believe you just killed him. He's like, he'll be fine. He landed in the trash can.
Yeah, and that brings up a bigger point that the way they're doing his powers, I think, is really kind of interesting because in the world that they're putting this in seems very real and very realistic, but they're also doing his powers in a way that seem very interesting. Like he has all his super senses and the ability to balance, and I think he even mentions that at one point. He's like, I have really good balance and poise and stuff like that, but he's able to smell people from 2 floors away and hear shit from. So I think it's very cool the way they're doing that.
Well, I think one thing, and now we can lead into his father. He constantly brings up he could take a beating,
right,
because of his father. And I love her name was Claire Temple. So when you go back and forth through these first few episodes, it's all about him and his father's relationship.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the standard origin story of Daredevil. And
that's pretty cool because you got the Catholic, you got a father who's probably more of a rough kind of dude with a lot of fuck ups, but he always treated his son like he was way bigger than what he could have been.
Right.
He never let him down. He tried to always push it. You actually see when the Irish mob kind of insinuate a threat to him about his son. You saw he didn't like that at all. But I think that's really cool, like when he's like, talking to his son, like, stay in the books. You don't want to end up like me. Or look at me. And he kind of realized, oh, I fucked up. So he grabs his son's hand, rubs it, puts it on his face. Right. And you can see it's all about that kid, all that nurturing, which might identify a lot of Daredevil and why he is the way he is. Because, a strong father, strong heart, with other shit, that could be a great thing. Because, what would his dad do? His dad would for sure stand up. No. And you can see the kid has that heart in it.
And also it shows him too. He shows his son how to have this lot of independence when he's having him sew him back up and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. And then that fight gives him a shot. So you're
a drink for it. It's for you. You had to shake it last time.
Sugar. Go hit the books. Can I take the bottle with me? But you want to be an Irish father, a Catholic for sure, not giving your kids a little bit, which I think's fucking cool. I think that's awesome.
Going back to the first episode where it's opening up and he's talking to the priest, and he's just sitting there. He's like, yeah, Jesus, he could take a punch or take a beating. And he's like, language. Sorry, father. That's just crazy with the whole. They tied into his Catholicism pretty good.
And that's something I think they did bring into the original comics and stuff like that, because you're not going to talk about Hell's Kitchen and not talk about a religious base, because the cultures that are there, that's what they adapted big time, or they brought with them. And you see his rules. He's a psychopath. You ask any real Catholics, from organized crime to just people, they're down to do some fucked up things, but they always have a reason behind it. Some people are fucked up, but when you see how they glorify it, it's like, no, there's a bigger picture. There's family. There's a humanity perspective. There's some love. But there's fucking little warriors, man.
It goes back to what he says with the priest. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not asking for forgiveness for what I've done. I'm asking for forgiveness for what I'm about to do. That's huge, man.
Which I think that line's been said quite a few times in cinema, which is fine because fucking Catholics. What do you guys get to do? You get to repent every week. But you go fuck up.
The crazy part is,
what do I sign up for this Catholic thing?
You finally have this character that gets brought out in the comic book world, and he's a religious character. That might not be religious to that extent, but he's a Catholic, and that hasn't been done much
lately.
Yeah, it hasn't been done. I mean, it has been done with the previous Daredevil. Come on, that was.
Given that, it would be very light. Let's say Ben Affleck. Do we recall seeing anything like that?
Just a fight
Ben
in the
Affleck's
chapel.
Who? Batman. No, I think that's cool.
Darwin.
No, I don't want to talk about Catholics.
I like the way
they're angry. They outdrink us.
Yeah, but I thought the flashbacks were interesting for him and his dad, only because it kind of gave a relationship to that character. Because the thing that was kind of bugging me for the first couple episodes is that you don't. Every time you see Daredevil or Matt Murdock, he's either in a mask or he's wearing glasses, so you don't really get to see his eyes a lot. Mm-hmm. And that for me was kind of off-putting on because the eyes are kind of the window to the soul, and if you don't have any eyes, it's almost like you don't have a soul.
What?
Wait, that's the
metaphor, bro.
Yeah, he says
I don't recall ever making out with a girl in the dark and just be like, no, you don't have a soul because I can't see
But you didn't
eyes.
see
That's
her eyes
'cause, yeah.
before you made out with her?
Fuck
Sure, most of
no.
the chicks you make out with don't have souls.
And their pillows. So
No, but it's just
Forgive me for what?
yeah.
Forgive me for what I'm about to do. I think
No,
that's
but
actually in a prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which one, but
I don't know.
I think Jesus
Well, we're
said it.
sure, but we don't know.
No, I think Jesus said that.
Jay-Z?
Jesus,
Jay-Z.
Jesus said it.
Jay-Z and Kanye, the great prophets. No, but I think Jesus did say on like
Jesus?
I don't think,
Jesus de Cristo or whatever it's
I don't
called.
think Jesus needed to be forgiven for the shit he was about
He was
to do.
he was talking about the Roman Empire when they were killing him.
Oh, okay.
Like he said, forgive them for not what they know not what they do.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So that could be a play off that shit.
Loopholes.
This is forgive me for what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the
Not
thing
for
is,
what they not-
I think as I said, I think it might be a play off of it.
I could,
Because he kind of perceived himself, he was a little bit like Jesus. That's how I got that. When I heard that, I was like,
bro, he is Jesus. What are you talking about? He's saving Hell's Kitchen.
I think Jesus tried to save the world, but one
You
town
gotta
at a
start-
time.
you get little baby steps, bro.
So,
But anyway, what I was saying was that,
Oh fuck me.
oh shit, Alex.
but it's very hard to. It was very hard for me to kind of relate to that character. I mean, even though he's doing good and he's doing good things, it was hard for me to get kind of to know him on a human level. And then it's interesting later on when Kingpin is introduced, and you see him develop this relationship with the curator or the artist at that museum or whatever, and you almost feel more connected to him than you do to Daredevil. Or at least I did at that point.
Do you think that's not a point of the writing?
Probably is.
I think it was actually well done because like you have a better connection with Wilson Fisk before you even see his fucking face.
Yeah.
Like the way they portrayed it and like the way they got into it was like you don't even see his face leading up to that. It was just like, damn,
Yeah.
that's fucking Wilson Fisk.
They did have a very good build up for that character, for the introduction of that character, especially in the third episode when that dude eventually kills himself because he gives him his name or whatever. So,
That
Oh,
was
man.
fucking brutal.
I was falling asleep, but I was like in and out watching that episode. And next thing I opened my eyes and I just fucking headbutts that spike that was in there. That was on the wall or whatever. I was
Vents?
like, oh shit, yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
In the blood.
But leading up from that, he was. That was episode 3. Getting the intro to that. This is guy. He walks into a bowling alley to get ready to close. Well, apparently, I don't know. Did they indicate with the guy who was bowling? Who he was? Was he just a boss?
He was just
some
another boss. Whatever.
Yeah, so he's like, we're closed, but you could ask him if you could join him, for his thing. And he's like, no, get the fuck out of here. He tells the security detail to get this guy out of here. And he starts fucking them all up, and he kills them with the fucking bowling ball. And so, you got Murdoch and Froggy having to represent him now.
Foggy?
Yeah, him too.
Well, what you were talking about with Kingpin and your relationship and how you kind of felt a lot more.
A relationship.
My relationship with King.
We all get relationships, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
And like when you sit there and you look at that, is not trying to play on the whole religious thing, but when you look at the devil, you think he was going to be this ugly, huge monster. If he really came up, he was going to be angelic and beautiful and give you everything in the world you wanted.
It's true.
And he was going to make you feel like you wanted it. But he never showed you the other side. When you look at a man like Daredevil or Murdoch, he's just a guy trying to come up. The other guy already has it, and he's destroying the world for his own personal gain. You can see why that relationship will make sense, because he wants to be that to you.
Yeah.
And I think if they're conveying that, because mind you, I didn't get into that far. But fuck yeah. Like, that's for sure exactly his position.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because you want that charisma, that perspective to sit here and say, fuck yeah, I want to roll with you. Fuck Murdoch, he's an idiot. Can't give a shit.
And the writers have definitely rectified that, because in the later episodes he does kind of take his glasses off and you do talk to him with his, see his eyes and stuff like that. So you definitely start to build the character relationship with Daredevil and stuff like that. So
One problem I still have with the show is like, he's a lawyer.
right.
Comes into work, banged up. Oh, I fell, or I hit the wall. Like, how the fuck do you hit the wall?
He's fucking blind!
No, I know that, but like, you're walking. It's not like you're running into the fucking wall and you're gonna hit your fucking face.
What if he fell down a few steps?
I don't
What
believe
if he
it.
woke up and forgot he was blind?
Still shitty excuses. Like, I would have thought they came up with something better.
I think when people have a handicap, some people kind of step away from like, hey, you're an idiot, and say, well, he's a little handicapped. I'll let it go, and I'm not going to question it. I've done it a few
No,
times.
I agree with that
Madrid.
because it's like when you
So-
if somebody's blind and they're like, yeah, I ran into something, you're not gonna be like, I think you're lying to me.
Prove
Are
it.
you out? Are you a blind guy out committing fucking saving the world from criminals?
Yes, that makes total sense.
I guess you guys are right, but I just
Plus, it's
I don't
the
ever
best-
want to see you with handicaps. Look, man, just because you got no arms, don't mean you can't wipe your ass. I don't know what's
First off,
wrong.
they're not handicaps. The hell's wrong with
special
you?
needs.
Special needs,
Nah, he's not
retardations.
special.
I don't know. I can't be politically correct because one way or another, it's gonna fucking piss somebody off.
I wouldn't even label it my special needs.
I label you as a special need, you heartless bastard.
Charlie puts it on you.
We put each other on
Each
certain
other.
pedestals.
All right, so then looking forward to the next episodes. What are we looking for? What do we want to see happen?
I want to see if they're gonna bring Silverman into this whole thing. And that's another mob,
season.
huh?
In this first season,
Well,
still
season,
building, bro.
continuing and everything, going on to the next season and all that stuff.
Bro, they barely released the first season.
Yeah, well, that was one of my things
I love
because I
Silverman.
watching the show, you actually don't really need any other villains. I mean, the way they're doing it, it's all pretty interesting by itself, just with Kingpin and stuff like that, and the other mob bosses. So you don't really need anybody else. So
Because technically, still building up to what Wilson Fisk is.
right,
Yeah, that's
He's still a man in the shadows. He's still can't
Oh.
even fucking say his name without dying. Apparently,
or killing yourself.
so it's a pretty good show so far.
I want more. I just haven't had
I
time.
want more. I want more.
I want it.
We'll finish up watching the rest of these episodes. Give a little bit more next week before we jump into Iron Man, I suppose, and then build up to Avengers.
What's this Iron Man you're speaking of?
It's a movie.
Yep.
Came out a couple years ago. Probably Downey Jr.
Are you sure?
I believe so.
What the fuck are we doing with Iron Man? You just threw it out there for no reason.
So yeah, Iron Man.
Well, I talked about it last week.
Let's talk about it again for the people who didn't hear.
Fair enough. So next week we're going to be reviewing Iron Man, the first one, and then the week after that we'll be reviewing Avengers, kind of the same way we did with Blade a couple weeks ago. This will all lead up to Avengers 2, which we will review the day after it comes out.
Spoiler
And, look out
alert.
for it. It'll definitely have some spoilers in it. Anything else you guys looking forward to?
I like ice cream.
Let's go get some ice cream then.
Let's do that. But nope, I'm good.
Alright. Well, we'll see y'all later then.
Later, guys.
Peace out, y'all.